It's time to talk like a boss. Learn to negotiate, respect the deadline, and watch your profits soar. Learn the most important business vocabulary.
Welcome to this video on business and work vocabulary for B1-B2 level learners. We will explore 28 essential terms, complete with synonyms, collocations, and examples to help you master these concepts. First, let's look at revenue. Revenue is the total income a business generates before any expenses are deducted. Common synonyms include income, earnings, turnover, and proceeds. We often use the term in phrases like generate revenue, annual revenue, or revenue stream. For example, the company revenue increased by 20% this year. Next is budget, a financial plan estimating income and expenses over a specific period. Synonyms are financial plan, spending plan, or allocation. Useful collocations include set a budget, stick to budget, or quote, budget deficit, as in, we need to stay within our budget for this project. A stakeholder is any person or group with an interest or concern in a business. Synonyms include interested party, investor, shareholder, or partner. You might engage stakeholders or discuss stakeholder interests. An example sentence is, all stakeholders must be informed of the changes. The word deadline refers to the latest time or date by which something must be completed. It is synonymous with due date, cutoff, target date, or time limit. Common collocations are meet a deadline, extend a deadline, or miss a deadline. For example, the deadline for the report is Friday at 5 p.m. To delegate means to assign responsibility or authority to another person. It can be synonymous with assign, entrust, transfer, or appoint. We use it in phrases like delegate tasks, delegate authority, or delegate to someone. For instance, she delegated the task to her assistant. A compromise is reaching an agreement where each side gives up something. Synonyms include settle, negotiate, find a middle ground, or concede. You can reach a compromise or make a compromise. An example, both parties compromised on the final price. An audit is an official inspection of an organization's financial records. It is synonymous with inspection, examination, review, or assessment. We often talk about reviewing an audit report or undergoing an For example, the annual audit revealed no major issues. A merger is the combining of two companies into a single entity. Synonyms include combination, consolidation, union, or acquisition. You might propose a merger, sign a merger agreement, or close a merger deal. For example, the merger created the largest company in the sector. A strategy is a long-term plan designed to achieve a particular goal. Synonyms include plan, approach, tactic, or game plan. We often develop a strategy, create a business strategy, or draft a strategic plan. For example, our marketing strategy focuses on social media. An incentive is something that motivates or encourages someone to act. Synonyms include motivation, reward, stimulus, or encouragement. Companies offer an incentive, provide a financial incentive, or simply provide incentive. An example, the company offers bonuses as an incentive for good work. ROI stands for return on investment, a measure of the profitability of an investment. Synonyms include return, yield, profit margin, or payback. Common collocations are calculate ROI, high ROI, or ROI analysis. For example, the ROI on this project is expected to be 15%. To leverage means to use something to maximum advantage, or to use borrowed capital. Synonyms include exploit, utilize, maximize, or capitalize on. You might leverage resources, leverage technology, or use financial leverage. For example, we leveraged our network to find new clients. Equity is the value of an asset after deducting debts or fairness in business. Synonyms include ownership, shares, stake, or fair value. We use phrases like build equity, equity stake, or brand equity. For example, she holds a 30% equity stake in the company. Finally, a forecast is a prediction or estimate of future trends or events. It is synonymous with predict, project, estimate, or anticipate. We talk about a sales forecast, weather forecast, or forecast growth. For example, analysts forecast strong growth for next quarter. Venture. A venture is a business project or undertaking that involves risk. You might hear it used in phrases like joint venture or business venture, or in the context of venture capital. For example, They started a joint venture with a local company. Next is profit, which refers to the financial gain remaining after all expenses are deducted. Common collocations include making a profit, profit margin, and net profit. As an example, the company made a record profit last year. Moving on to liability. This term refers to a legal or financial obligation, often a debt owed by a business. We often speak of accepting liability, limited liability, or current liabilities. For instance, the company has significant tax liabilities. Our next term is asset. An asset is something valuable that is owned by a person or a company. We talk about valuable assets, fixed assets, or asset management. A great example of this is, our employees are our greatest asset. Then we have turnover. This can refer to the rate at which employees leave and are replaced, or to the total sales volume. Key collocations are staff turnover, high turnover, and annual turnover. As in the sentence, high staff turnover is a problem in this industry. Next is overhead. These are the ongoing business expenses not directly tied to production, like rent or utilities. You might need to reduce overhead or manage monthly overhead. For example, we need to reduce our overhead costs to stay competitive. Our seventh term is subsidy. This is financial support given by the government to a business or industry. We often hear about a government subsidy, or quote, cutting subsidies. For example, the farm receives a government subsidy. Next is quota. A quota is a fixed share or limit that must be produced or achieved. We use terms like meet a quota, sales quota, or import quota. An example, each salesperson has a monthly quota to meet. Moving on to tariff. This is a tax imposed on imported or exported goods. Common phrases include impose a tariff, tariff barrier, or reduce tariffs. For instance, the new tariff increased the cost of imports. Next is compliance, which is the act of following rules, regulations, or laws. We often talk about ensuring compliance or regulatory compliance. As an example, all employees must complete compliance training. Our 11th term is breach. This means a violation of a law, contract, or agreement. You will often see it used in phrases like breach of contract, data breach, or security breach. For example, the company was sued for breach of contract. Next is procurement. This refers to the process of obtaining goods or services for a business. It is often linked with the procurement process or a procurement department. As in the example, the procurement team handles all supplier contracts. Then we have outsourcing. This is the practice of contracting work to an external party rather than doing it internally. You might consider outsourcing for specific services. For instance, they outsource their IT support to reduce costs. Finally, we have benchmark. This is a standard or point of reference for comparison or measurement. We often set a benchmark or benchmark against industry leaders. For example, we benchmark our performance against industry leaders. Congratulations! You have now reviewed key terms for your business vocabulary. Keep practicing these words, and be sure to subscribe to this channel for more learning content. Thanks for watching.